Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tell It Like It Is radio podcast on my YouTube channel and all of my podcasts. A happier you leads to a healthier you. From darkness to light, self-respect leads to the love of self. You minding your own business, finding your inner peace and tranquility. Perfectly Imperfection radio podcast, opening Pandora's box. You are what you consume radio podcast, and you minding your own business podcast. Y'all know who I am by now. Thank you guys for joining me for this episode. If you guys like the commentary, whether you see it now, whether you see it later, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification button to receive notifications of my videos. A little bit about me or my podcast. A little bit about me. I am a certified recovery life coach. It's all about helping people on their paths, their journeys, and their purpose to a new and better you through self-discovery. I help people when it comes to what I'm getting ready to go through right now. And it's the reason I'm doing this video is because in order to be the new version of yourself, your health and wellness has to be your top priority. And as for me, that is something I got to do. So sometimes you got to give up a lot of things in order to be healthy, and that includes the things you love the most. A good example of this would be you giving up your favorite foods in order to lose weight, you giving up sugar in order to be healthy, to keep from having inflammation, you giving up sex because the fact of the matter that all the people in your life, all they wanted to do was have sex with you. You giving up your favorite video game because you got to get out there and you got to work. You giving up people that are not good in your life, that not going to benefit you, that's not going to help you in the long run. People that constantly keep getting you in trouble. Walking away from a domestic violence situation, walking away from your family, your friends, the people that you love. It's one of the hardest things to do, especially when you don't have a choice. There are a lot of people out here that are going through medical issues and their whole entire world has been turned upside down to the point where they have to do things in a completely different light. The world that they were so used to is never going to be the same. That's the ultimate battle of recovery. When you're going through cancer, leukemia, kidney disease, when you're going through chronic pain, when you're going through not being able to walk again, when you're going through not being able to have a child, when you're going through diabetes and HIV and full-blown AIDS and drug disease and codependency and being an alcoholic, when you're going through losing everything when it comes to your job, when it comes to your place to stay, when you have to basically end up homeless with no place to stay, when you become a single mother, when you go through a divorce, when you go through a breakup. Those things, the last few that I said, ain't nothing compared to a health issue. A health issue you can't break up with. A health issue you can't run from. A health issue you can't just say, I don't want anything to do with it. The type of pain you go through with health and wellness is nothing like a breakup. You having stage 4 cancer is nothing like going through a divorce. It's worse. You can't leave pain. That type of pain ain't something you can ever get over. It lives with you the rest of your life. Even when you overcome it, you still have to deal with the aftermath of how destructive that disease is. If you're someone that has thyroid issues, fibroid issues, hernias, gallbladder infections, STDs, HIV, full-blown AIDS, there is no breaking up with that. And leads me to what I'm getting ready to say now. I almost had to go to the emergency room just a few minutes ago. What happened was I've been coughing the past couple of days. My thyroid is very extremely swollen. and it's swollen to the point of where it is messing with my breathing, it's messing with my driving, and it's causing an ultimate anxiety. Well, because I was coughing so much, my body went into an anxiety attack. I could not breathe. My heart rate was extremely high. My blood pressure was extremely high, and I almost could have passed out. Luckily, the ambulance came. They checked everything. They said my stuff was slightly high, but I knew if I'd have went to the emergency room, they'd have just told me to go to the EMT and have them check my throat. I have an appointment tomorrow, so I'm going right after work. So when this happened, I came to the realization I got to walk away from my podcast. I got to walk away from doing lives. Anything that uses my voice, I have to walk away from. I got to go through a period of silence because I got to get this to stop swelling. The only way it's going to stop swelling if I stop talking. That means I have to go in silence. And so the fact that it is so swollen to the point if I even do this, it hurts. So I was supposed to go to the EMTs tomorrow, but I didn't have any way to get there. So I have to wait and schedule another appointment. Hopefully, my doctor can get me into one where I can get in as soon as possible because they're going to have to check my ears. They're going to have to check my throat. Hopefully, they'll be able to give me medication where the swelling will go down. If the swelling does not go down, I'm going to have my thyroid removed. So I don't know if it's my ears, which one it is, but something is pressing up against my thyroid and I don't know what it is. So it is the reason why when it comes to my weight, why my weight fluctuates, why no matter what I do, no matter how many times I go to the gym, this weight ain't going nowhere. It's not going nowhere because I'm gonna be stuck with thyroid issues the rest of my life probably. So I don't even know how it started swelling. I really don't know. But I guess when I had my last allergic reaction, it started swelling. So I don't know if it's something stuck or it's just swollen. So I had to make some appointments. So luckily, I don't have to have a referral to go to an EMT. Luckily, I just got to find one that takes my insurance. So they're going to send me a list that are close by. So I probably have to take an Uber to get there. So the hardest thing, yeah, well, they tested me for Graves' disease. They said it wasn't that. Um, but I think I have to go to a rheumatoid doctor to find out. But from what I know, they said I didn't have it. They tested me for Graves' disease. But what I will say is, it is the hardest thing to go through. Yeah, it could be. It could be. It could be a gland. The dentist said it could be a gland. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So what I will say to y'all is, y'all are sitting up here worried about whether somebody want to be with you or not. You're worried about the fact of money and you're consumed with everybody else's business except your own. But for someone that is going through what I'm going through right now, I could care less. I could care less if everybody named Mama walk out my life right now. This going through an illness is gonna shut everything down. Seriously. When you going through some type of disease, illness, chronic pain, when you hit rock bottom, and I'm talking about not just that, being homeless, raising a kid by yourself, those things ain't nothing to play with. You're gonna have to send me that information. I might talk about that when I come back. That's crazy. You got to give me a little more information about that. I might talk about it when I come back once they deal with this. But almost going to the hospital, and even last Thursday when I went to the hospital, I came to some epiphanies. It don't matter whether I'm single or whether I'm not. I don't care. I don't care if nobody supports me. I don't care. I just want to, okay. I just want to live. That's it. I want to live. I'm not worried about, I will give all of this up just to have another day on this planet. I will give it all, everything up. I will give it all up just to be healthy. Y'all have no idea the scariest thing in the world of not knowing whether or not what something gonna take you out. And I'm talking about an illness. It is sad we're in a country that so many people are dying and they don't have to. It's a shame that so many people have been going to doctors for years and not getting answers, and then finally they're getting answers and they don't have that much time to live because the doctors kept saying there was nothing wrong and they couldn't find anything. So the question is, how competent are our actual doctors? Is the question in this country. I've been dealing with this thyroid issue for the past 10 years. And all the doctor told me was it was inflammation and gave me acid reflux pills. Did not give me anything to help the swelling to go down. And now it has gotten worse. It's just like I found that I have scoliosis. I found that I have arthritis. I have a situation, an infection in my stomach as well. I was supposed to get a colonoscopy today. Couldn't get it. Had no way to get there. Didn't get it done because it was too far out and the Uber would have been too far. At the end of the day, let me break this down to y'all. Stop worrying about the things you can't control right now. If you healthy, please stop doing things to damage your health and wellness. Please stop letting people put their hands on you. Please stop letting people mentally and psychologically play mind games with you. Please stop having sex randomly with people that you're not in love with. Please stop allowing people to make you feel so bad mentally that you're destroying yourself physically. Please stop trying to be people pleasers and trying to please everybody and trying to build everybody else up. Build yourself up before you build anybody else up. Don't let time be to the point where it's your last. Don't sit up here because it's your last that all of a sudden now you want to do all these things that you didn't do. Y'all, some of y'all in your 20s and you are worrying about some man leaving you. You're worrying about some woman leave. Who cares? Who cares? You have a clean bill of health. Some of y'all are drinking and smoking and damaging your lives, and yet you're talking about my weight and me not having any hair. I would give anything not to have this issue. I would give anything to be able to be healthy, except demonic. Let me say that. No, I ain't gonna do it just about anything, but health wise, to sit here and be sitting still, and then the next thing I know, I started feeling weird, and it all centers around this. Y'all don't understand how important the thyroid is. The thyroid is, thank you. The thyroid is the connection between this and this. So I pray to God they can get me in next week so we can finally figure out what medication to give me for it. And if I got to take medication the rest of my life just so this will unswell, I'll do that. If they tell me they got to remove it, I'll tell them go ahead, remove it, because I think they got to check my ears and they got to check my throat. If there's swelling in my ears, it's pressuring up to my throat, then we already know what the problem is. But either way it go, the doctor said my thyroid is swollen. So, in order for it to stop swelling, I got to stop talking. That's going to suck, but I have no choice until I get to the ears, nose, and throat doctor. And until they give me medication for the swelling to go down. And I'm probably going to be taking medication for it to stop swelling. Whatever is causing the infection, they got to figure out what it is and give me medication for it. They gave me a steroid, but the steroid causes the rest of my body to react. So let me also talk about that. Now, when it comes down to medications, you don't know how they're going to react. So when I looked at the medication I took yesterday, I had an allergic reaction. That's pretty much how it started. I had an allergic reaction to medication that's supposed to be for this. So I decided I'm going to go natural and try some natural products to help my thyroid. So I'm going to try natural products. So I'm thinking about taking a trip to Turkey, and I'm going to make a phone call and see about scheduling an appointment next year. I think I'm going to go for Labor Day weekend. I'm taking a week off, and I'm going to Turkey. I am not putting this off any longer. I'm going to Turkey to go pay $810 for a whole 3-4 days to go get treatment, and you get to stay at the hospital. I'm going. And matter of fact, I might do a video of y'all showing y'all. Let me see if I can find the hospital that I'm gonna be going to, and I'm going to absolutely, basically, document me going to this hospital. So bear with me. I gotta find it. My throat hurt. My throat is pretty killing me, but give me a second. I'm gonna try to see if I can find the hospital. There's a hospital I saw on TikTok, and it was a hospital this girl had went to, and she went to this hospital in particular, and this particular hospital, I cannot think of the name of it. She went to this particular hospital, and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head right now. I gotta find it, but hold on. All right, now there's plenty. Okay, so now let's see. They got addiction treatment, anesthesia, surgery, dental care, dermatology. Okay, here it is. Ears, nose, and throat doctor. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna try to find the one that there's a couple of hospitals, but I cannot think of the one that it is. But they have a couple of hospitals, but this is one of them. I wish it was, I can't remember the one that I saw on TikTok, but I'm gonna show y'all just one of them. All right, so this is the EMT hospital. This is a hospital that does EMTs. I got to turn this into English, but as you can see here, this is everything that they offer that they do. So they do neurological surgery, PDENTs. So this will be one. But there's other hospitals as well. But this right here just tells you the different hospitals. I'm gonna go to the other section. Hold on. Hey Woody. Hey Woody from YSL. But I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna find it, and then I'm gonna post it. Okay, so this is just some of the hospitals that they have in Turkey. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, this hospital here might be the one I'm going to, but I'm not completely sure. But this hospital has everything. It's a really nice hospital. You have a room to stay in. They're going to do all your examinations, whatever examinations that you need done, they will do. There's specialties. God, I have a long list. Cardiology, dental, dermatology, emergency medicine, dialysis, endocrine, EMTs, family medicine, fertility treatment, gastology, general medicine, general surgery, hair therapist. I need to go to hair transplant. I need to go there. I need to do a hair transplant. Hematology, imaging, infectious disease, internal medicine, medical checkups, neuropathy, neurology, neurosurgeon, OGBYN, So yeah, they got a bunch of different things that you can do. And the good thing about some of these, but I don't think this is the one either. I gotta ask the guy that told me, but I think this is it. But I gotta go back on TikTok because I can't remember which one it is. But this is just one of the hospitals. But yeah. But if I knew which hospital it was, but yeah, there's a few hospitals in Turkey. You have this one as well. This one's a well-known hospital. But as soon as I find out which hospital it is, I'll know. But I can't think right now. But there's just different hospitals that you can go to, and these particular hospitals, they will basically for $810, you can basically get treatment. So when I go to Turkey, I will document my journey because I'm gonna have to pay. I think I gotta find out. I think you stay at the hospital. You do stay at the hospital. They do give you food. They do feed you. They do feed you. You get all your tests done. I think like 3 days. You can stay for like 3 to 5 days, and get all of your treatments done all in one day. So if you want to get, say for example, you want to go just to get a routine checkup, they do all of your X-rays. They do everything for $810, which makes it worth it. It'd be worth the trip to pay $810 for them to do everything. Neurology, everything. If you want to go get your teeth done, they'll do that too. All of that for $810. So I decided I'm gonna talk to the doctors over there and see, cause I'm definitely going to Turkey. So I know if I'm going to Turkey, I know my homegirl gonna want to go because she's never been to Turkey. I ain't even called her yet and told her I was going yet. But yes, I am going to Turkey. I'm going to Turkey to go get checked out. I can't take this no more. I'm going to get a very extensive checkup. They're gonna tell me what's wrong with me and hopefully give me the correct medications. And and I'm gonna tell them, can you give me a year supply of it so I ain't got to keep coming back? But if they can send me my medications every 90 days, I'm cool with that. I'd rather get my medications from overseas and get my medications from over here. So if they give me medications that are non-allergenic and they work, I'm gonna take it. I'm also thinking about going to Dr. Sebi's retreat where they have the water. You get to sit in the water and they do a healing. I'm going to Dr. Sebi as well. So I'm going to be going to some of the most prestigious out of the country hospitals. Just going. Hopefully, eventually, I can actually get paid to do that. Get paid to come to hospitals and actually get treatment and bring people options. The ones that are going through cancer, being able to bring people to get checkups. So I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all got one life. Please make it count. Make your life count. Because worrying about relationships and I don't care. At this point, I don't care who stays. I just want to deal. I love you too. I just want to deal with this and get better. Because I almost going to the hospital not even 30 minutes ago. I was like, I got to go in silence. I got to get this checked out. Because either it's my lip noise or my thyroid, but something is really, really badly infected. But at the end of the day, when it starts messing with your breathing and it starts messing with everything else, it's time to get it either removed. So it depends on how bad it is. They got to check to see how swollen it is, if something in fact is stuck, and if there is, as far as food and stuff, they'll can get it out. I'll probably sleep. But at the end of the day, if people gonna be there for you, they're gonna be there for you. If they're not gonna be there for you, then it's fine. The crazy part is you got people that don't even understand how sick you are, and yet sit up here and just continue to say things to piss you off. Like I said, I'm a survivor. I done been through worse, but like I said, I am somebody that's used to getting in a car and drive. I ain't been able to drive. I am the type of person, y'all would probably see me around the world and all y'all everywhere. But right now, I gotta sit still through this, and I gotta rest this. So I'm gonna cancel my subscription for StreamYard and my subscription for Spreaker until further notice. Until they say this is fine, until I'm able to drive normally, I gotta take a break. So what I decided to do, I'm writing a book. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write a book and get my courses together. I'm getting everything together because this is gonna have to rest for a while. I think also I overdid it when I went after the Nature Boy when it came to going after Eligio. So believe me, I'm going through my own suffering. This is what my voice actually sounds like when I'm not talking twice my voice. So this thing is really affecting my voice. So I don't want to lose my voice forever, so I'm gonna have to take a break. Give my voice a break and go into silence, which means I don't even know how to do sign language, which means my facial expressions are gonna be pretty much how I'm gonna talk. Don't get me wrong, I'll talk if I have to, but I ain't gonna be able to be on the phone with my mom and them forever. I'm gonna have to let my voice get a rest. So I already spoke to people, told them what's going on, so they know. So they have to deal with it. I can't at this point. Cause when I do like this, you can literally see it swelling in this area. So yeah, I have to take a break. Sometimes you have to, even though you don't want to, you got to. So I wanted to take the time to just say I love y'all. For those of y'all who supported my podcast, I appreciate y'all. I do. I love y'all. I'm coming back. I am. I'm coming back because I might be able to do like pre-recorded 30-minute videos. Y'all will get to hear them on here because they'll be posted here. But as far as me doing long-winded videos, probably not. So I probably will still be doing morning inspirational videos, but that's it. That'll be what I'll be posting. But right now, I can't. My throat really hurts, and it's hurts. It's burning. Because I know if I'd have went to the emergency room, the only thing they would have told me was that basically, essentially, I'd have to go to the EMTs. And now the EMTs, when they admit you, the EMTs, like I said, I wish the EMTs would have came up. They were supposed to come up there, but they didn't do the nose thing when you go down your nose and check your throat. I need them to also do it down my ears. So they're probably gonna do something where they go down both ears and then go down my throat to see if there's something stuck. And if it is, then how are we gonna go about removing it? That which means I'm gonna be put to sleep. And I gotta figure out who's gonna be there with me through that. Colonoscopy, I gotta figure out who's gonna be there for me through that. Like I said, when you go through stuff like this, a lot of things that used to matter don't. And it makes you think back to all the things you wasted time on that you wish you didn't waste time on. So y'all gotta understand when you going through something what I'm dealing with. And for those of y'all who had cancer, for those of y'all who have leukemia, for those of y'all who are fighting for your lives every day, you understand better than anybody. For those of you going through chronic pain, you understand better than anybody what I'm sitting here saying. None of the other things matter. All we want to do is live. And y'all worried about somebody breaking up with you. Y'all worried about stuff that don't even matter at this point. If you only had 6 months to live, what would you do? You think you're going to be worrying about a husband knowing you got 6 months to live? You're going to be doing everything humanly possible to basically do your bucket list. If you have a second chance at life, please don't waste it. If somebody don't like you, who cares? If somebody don't want to be your friend no more because they can't understand what you're going through, please just let them go. Stop worrying about things that don't matter at this point. Everything is just the addition or subtraction to you. If I get through to do this, I promise you, I'm not worrying about none of that at this point. If you want to walk, just go ahead and walk. I don't care at this point. I just want to live. That's it. I just want to live. And I always say to God every day, I just want to live. So, speaking of that, my prayers for this evening. Y'all know I like to read something. Okay. The prayer for the night is Matthew 5:8. Blessed are pure of heart, for they shall see God. And then I always play the video of what it means. So, this is what that means.
Hey friends, my name is Dacia James Lewis, and I'm an author, speaker, and the founder of Women Wives Warriors Ministry. And I want to start today by asking you a question. How's your heart? And I'm not speaking of the organ that's pumping blood through your body. No, I'm talking about your will, your desire, the sum of your inner being. Let's examine our hearts by exploring today's scripture, which can be found in Matthew chapter 5, verse 8. It reads, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." Now, I must give some context to this verse. This is Jesus speaking, and he's on a hillside teaching his disciples how to live a God-centered life. He's using these proverb-like scriptures that are collectively known as the Beatitudes, which means supreme blessedness. And the underlying theme in Matthew 5 is that God is most interested with a faithful obedience from the heart. It is here in verse 8 that Jesus declares that we, you and I, are blessed, fortunate, satisfied when we are pursuing a path to a clean heart, one that is full of love and forgiveness and good intentions, a heart that is focused on living a lifestyle that is rooted in the principles of God. When I think of a pure heart, I'm reminded of the purification process of water and how a filter can be used to cleanse it from harmful elements so that goodness pours out of it. Jesus is that filter for us, cleansing us from the residue and the impurities. When we worship God and feed on his word, we allow him to deal with disappointments, unforgiveness, hurt, immoralities, and the deceitful things of the heart. This process of purification transpires from the inside so that goodness pours out of us. And what is so special about this verse is that it reveals a further reward. Jesus doesn't just call us blessed. No, there's a promise here that those of us who pursue a heart conditioned in purity, we will see God. We will experience him working in and through our lives. So friends, today let's have open heart surgery by taking an honest appraisal of our inner being, asking God to cleanse and purify us so that we can see and experience more of him. God bless.
So it's important that you understand the importance of cleansing yourself. Part of recovery is cleansing yourself, and that means spiritually. You got to start with that. You got to start with understanding what your emotions are actually for. You have every right when somebody hurts your feelings to say how you feel. But does that person have to receive or even care how you feel? No, they don't. They absolutely don't. At the end of the day, you're going to see who's going to be there for you when you're going through stuff like this, when you're sick, when you lose it all, when you have nowhere to go. When you are at your lowest point, you're going to see the people that's going to be there for you. The people that's going to make sure you're okay. The people that's going to make sure you're breathing. The people that's going to call you, I just want to check on you, make sure you're okay. The people that's going to take you back and forth to your appointments. The people that's going to make sure you take your medicines. The people that's going to help you fight. Because you're going to need a village to help fight through the situation. Even though you're fighting through it, it doesn't mean your loved ones are not with you. And I am fighting. Don't get me wrong. I am every single day to get through this. I'm hoping whatever it is, it just comes out and it just releases. But sometimes you got to go in silence in order to heal. Sometimes you can't say nothing. All you can do is every day pray that whatever it is you're going through, that it heals itself. But you got to allow God to do the work. So for me, because my thyroid, I got to go in silence. That means not talking and letting God heal my voice. But instead of me saying something, I can now write something. So now I can use my voice in writing. I can use my voice in writing books. I can do my voice in doing courses. It's just giving me another way to use my voice. Just like if you lose your hearing, you got sign language. If you lose your sight, you have your hearing. So just because you lose one thing doesn't mean something else is not going to be stronger. So sometimes you got to walk away from things in order to truly heal. And sometimes you got to walk away from social media. Sometimes you got to walk away from everything and just being silent. Sit down with you and God and just sit and just pray and just sit and talk. And when God says, "Okay, are you now that I know that you're really one of my children, now that I know you're serious about doing the work to get healthy, okay, now let's do it." But if I say I'm going to do better and I get on social media and I keep talking knowing this is getting worse, then I'm going against what God told me to do. It's just like if I say I'm going to not have sex no more and I turn around and have sex, then guess what? I just went against the word that I said I was going to do. So if I'm doing that to myself, what makes you think God going to believe me? You got to do the work. It's not just about you saying I'm not going to have sex no more. It's not just about you saying I'm not going to do these things. I'm not going to do this no more. It's about actually not doing it. When you become a person of God, it's no longer doing it anymore. It's not. You can't do it no more. Yeah, and the really nice, cute little doctors that came to the house, and they were really nice, cute little gentlemen. They're really sweet. And they said my blood pressure was kind of high, and my heart rate was a little high. It went down now, I can tell, but more than likely it was anxiety. It was a panic attack because of the fact my thyroid, which now I know is the reason I'm having these attacks because anytime something hits it, I go into a panic attack, and it's not pretty. So they may have to give me like an anxiety medicine to calm it down. So I'll be probably taking an anxiety medication, and then I'll probably be taking something for my thyroid in general, so that way it won't go into a panic attack. Because once this calms down, I can actually drive, and I'm like, hallelujah. But when I first start driving, I'm not gonna just drive to the next city. I'm just gonna drive around here and see how I do. Because if I can drive around where I'm at and go all the way through here, then I know I can drive going to the other side. But if I drive, I'm going in the morning while everybody at work. I'm not going on the weekend. Not right now, anyway. So I got to deal with this first. This is a priority right now. Can't keep putting it off. Because, see, when I didn't have insurance, that's nothing. When you don't have insurance, that's even worse because you can't go to the doctor to find out what's wrong. I didn't have insurance for a number of years because I wasn't able to really go to the doctor when I was supposed to go back when I had surgery. Never went back. So I have great doctors here. Um, I gotta tell my doctor that unfortunately I can't do the colonoscopy because I have nobody to bring me home. So it's gonna be pushed back for a while because unless I can get my sister or somebody to come, then I'll be able to do it because the person that hmm, the person that was supposed to take me, we kind of had a falling out. So it is what it is. So let's talk about that for a minute. Is your heart pure? What do you think about when you hear the word pure? Do you picture a tall glass of clear water, a fresh washed load of white sheets, or maybe someone who's morally wholesome and good? In the sixth of Betrus, a series of promises Jesus made about God's kingdom, he said, "Blessed are the pure of heart, for they will see God." Matthew 8:5-8. The word pure means clean or blameless, free of corruption, free of contamination, purified by fire, or unstained by guilt. No, none of us can truly be pure on our own, despite our best efforts. Before Jesus shows up in the highest rank of Levitical priest, was charged with ministering and meddling and meditating in the holiest space inside the tabernacle in the wilderness and later in the temple in Jerusalem, where God's presence dwelled on earth. But even they had to be purified over and over again. Now, because Jesus' ultimate sacrifice on the cross, He has paved the way for us. His blood covers our sins, and when we accept the sacrifice, He makes us pure. Now and forever, we can come boldly to the throne of our gracious God, where we find true mercy. My throat hurt. True mercy and grace when we need it the most. Hebrews 4:16. Now our bodies are the modern day temples where God's Spirit has chosen to dwell. Be pure of heart and is not being perfect, but trusting in Jesus to purify our souls. Isaiah once prophesied, "Come now, let's settle this," said the Lord. "For your sins are like scarlet. I will make them white as snow. Though they are red as chisels, I will make them white as wools." Isaiah 1:18. Have you been made pure by trusting in Jesus? Today can be your day. By believing and trusting in Him, you become a new creation, pure, blameless through faith. He paid the price for you to be made pure. Do you receive it? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. That's the one thing that I take seriously. Purity is not white, okay? I don't know where everybody understands this. It represents purity, but just because somebody wears white or is Caucasian does not mean that you're pure. You're not better because of your complexion. You have to have a pure heart and a pure mind in order to be pure. And you have to constantly cleanse yourself of all negativity that you've done. That's why you always hear me say all the time, "Please forgive me for all my wrongs, for I repent for my wrongs, and I've made amends to those who have wronged me and those who I've wronged." So I always say I repent for my wrongs every single day. May not say it on social media, but I do say it. I love even thy enemy the way Jesus loves me. And then also, did I save it? No, I didn't. Let me go back. I gotta make sure I already saved. I'm gonna start posting these. I am. I'm gonna start posting them. And then it says, "God, I want to have a pleasant heart. A pure heart. Please reveal to me the areas in my heart that are not in line with your world. Help me to let go of bitterness, disappointment, and hurting I am holding on to. I surrender my whole heart to you. Thank you for making me brand new. In Jesus' name, amen." I agree. So at the end of the day, like I said, I have a scripture every day. So I try to go through my scriptures every day. And then they have a section where I do my prayers, but I'll do that later. So that's what I do later before I go to bed. And I always say, "Good morning, God. Good morning, Jesus. Thank you for me living another day." I rebuke negativity and send it back from what you came because it does not belong here. So again, I am a person of God. I am not a person that's demonic. I don't want nothing to do with anything that's demonic. I don't. I don't want no parts of it. So I'm going to take this break. I don't know how long it's going to be. Can't tell you because I don't know. Depends on what the EMT says. Depends on how my thyroid, because it was going down. I don't even know what happened to make it start sweating. Yeah, I know what happened. But what I'm going to have to do on my end is not take any medication that cause this to swell. Not eat anything that's going to cause it to swell. So once they figure it out, if they have to take it out, then I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I just got to take medicine the rest of my life. I'm okay with that as long as they can figure out why it's swelling. If it's like my gallbladder and they have to remove it, then I'm gonna tell them go ahead and take it out. If it's my tonsils, if it's something else, if it's a swollen gland, I'm gonna tell them go ahead and do what I need to do. Go ahead and remove it. Whatever it's gonna take to make it better, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. So tomorrow, It's gonna be no sugar. It's gonna be nothing that causes inflammation. So yeah, it's a lot I'm giving up. Yep, it's just gonna be a soup. I'm about to do this diet where it's just gonna be somewhat of a liquid diet. Like only thing I'm gonna be eating is anything that represents soup or or like a rice bowl or a lo mein bowl. So I'll be eating stuff like that. Everything's gonna be in an all-in-one dish. Even if I make mashed potatoes or if I make um applesauce or whatever, but I'm gonna be on a very strict diet. I already know that. She gonna tell me you can't have no anything that gets stuck in your throat, which means I'm probably not gonna be able to eat certain foods. I'm okay with it. I'm prepared for it. I'm prepped for it. You wanna know why? Because I'm benefit by losing weight. So if I gotta choose between giving up foods that I may love and adore and I may enjoy eating to number one, get healthy, I'll take it. I will do whatever it takes to be healthy, except negative anything negative. So yep, I know it's gonna be a long journey. I've been prepping for it. Matter of fact, I got a bunch of soups in there. I'm prepped. I'm ready. So if they tell me you gotta eat nothing but lean meat, I'm already on it. I'm already starting that right now. So no fried foods. I'm okay with that too. It's gonna make my palate um it's gonna make my palate kind of short, but you know what? That's okay. Cause then I'll do Hello Fresh every godforsaken month. I'll do whatever it takes. If I gotta do Hello Fresh and just get the boxes every month, I'm okay with that as long as it helps this. So I just wanted to come on here and just say I love y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate y'all. I don't know how long this is gonna be. I don't know what's gonna happen because if they have to do surgery, it's gonna take 6 weeks to get better, which means I won't be talking anyway because I won't be able to. So that means I either gotta write something down or I have to text my mama and be like, "Can you get me?" Yeah, I'll have to text. I won't be able to talk because I mean I could do a point to something, but I ain't gonna be able to talk. And I'll be probably getting prepped to learn sign language. I know a little bit of sign language, but yeah, I ain't gonna be able to talk, which means my mama is gonna be like talking to me, and she'll be talking, and all I can say is mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But if they have to do the surgery, I ain't gonna be able to talk at all. I probably will, yeah, because I gotta stay silent for this to heal. But I noticed that when I don't talk, it goes down. So yeah, it could be the lip noise. The lip noise that are in your thyroid that could also be infected. It could be that. So they may have to give me something for. I may have to take something natural for lip noise and the thyroid, and the lymphatic. I may have to take some lymphatic. That's also good for your thyroid as well. So probably have to get some tea for the lymphatic system, a lymphatic. I said either way. I mean, I got some oil for it. I gotta start using it around my neck. But I think once I do that, I should be okay to drive because the anxiety will be gone. Because once this heals, the anxiety will go away. I'm probably gonna have it at first because of the fact of just driving again. But once I drive and then get out the car, I'll be able to drive. It's just this is what's bothering me, and this right here, out of every part of your body, is the worst pain you will ever have. I'm telling you, it's like it hurts. I can't even do this. It just hurts that bad. Ow. Jesus. Yeah, I can't even sleep on it. It hurts that bad. It literally hurts. So whatever it is, it's stuck, whether it's a capsule, I don't care what it is. I'll be glad when they find out what it is. If it's a capsule that's been bothering me the whole entire time, I'm gonna be mad. Because they're like, how in the world could y'all have not have seen that there's a capsule in my godforsaken throat that's been stuck this long? That's why I don't even mess with capsules no more. I don't even mess with them at all. Give me tablets. I don't want to mess with nothing because everything that hits this affects everything else. So it could be. Now I'm saying this for real, for real. It could be that I don't have. I'm gonna find out because I'm going to my allergy doctor. If they tell me I'm not allergic to seafood, I'm gonna be pissed off because this whole entire time I've been thinking I'm allergic to seafood because I kept saying I've been eating seafood forever, and now all of a sudden now I can't eat it. Boy, let them tell me the reason that it was it that the reason this happened was because of my thyroid. I'm gonna be mad because the fact that it hit my throat and it made me cause a reaction. Cause I'm learning more about the thyroid. I think what it is, the thyroid just don't like certain things, and whatever it is, it don't like, it gives a reaction to it. So it could be allergies, but if you weren't born with these allergies, get your thyroid checked because it could be your thyroid. Cause how come all of a sudden now I'm allergic to, I'm allergic to seafood. Seafood that I've been eating since I was a kid. But it started when I had that reaction. That's when my neck started hurting. So, like I said, it could just be, like I said, cross contamination. When people mix food, they cross contaminate, cook everything in the same grease. It's still cross contamination, regardless of how you look at it. But, yep. So, I just wanted to come on here and just take the time to say thank you, y'all. I so appreciate y'all. My throat hurts, so I'm not gonna overdo it. So I just want to take the time to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I will keep y'all up to date in what's going on tomorrow. So I'll probably just do a pre-recorded video letting y'all know how things are going. So I'll let y'all know how the process is going because it is really, when I tell you it is really swollen, it's very much swollen. But whatever it is, I can tell it's trying to come out, but it might be something that is so big that it may not come out. They may have to physically go down my throat to pull it out. But all I know is when they pull it out, I know there's going to be a sense of relief, but at the same time, it's going to have to heal because there might be an infection. So they may have to put some, give me some medication, but we shall see. I'm hoping they ain't got to do surgery. Hopefully, it'll just be something stuck and it just needs to come out. And then once it does, it'll feel a lot better. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything, but whatever it is, I want to come out because it hurts. It wants to come out. It really does. It just won't. It just can't. I have no idea what it is, but I can feel it. Because literally, when I do this, I can literally feel it right here. So I don't know if it's my ears, the tube that's swollen, that's pressed up against my thyroid. I don't know. Or my ass. I don't know. So please take. Oh. So, with that being said, I am going to go rest my throat and go on this journey of silence. I think I'm going to enjoy it, honestly. I'm going to enjoy the silence, to be honest, where I only have to talk when I feel like it. Or I only have to talk when I have to. Oh, this is going to be lovely. All I know is it's going to be a lot of people think they can say what they want to me while I'm quiet. Oh, you wait till this get better. I'm gonna have a whole lot to say because I am gonna be quiet until I see the EMT. Until I see the EMT and they tell me what's going on. Cause not cancer, I do know, man. It's just something stuck. But I just know one thing. I'm gonna sit in silence, sit quietly, not say nothing. But when it gets time for me to feel better and I get this taken care of, I'm gonna have a whole lot to say. I am. Because silence is not easy. That's why I said if I write a book, then it'll be a little bit easier. If I write a journal, it'll be a whole lot easier. Because, boy, when I tell you, that be like while I'm in silence, somebody just decides they want to call and cuss me out. I can't cuss them back. I can't say nothing because I'm in pain. But you best believe when I get better, you best believe I'm going to have a whole lot to say. So right now, I can't take my vitamins. I can't take nothing. So tomorrow, I'll probably have to end up just like taking applesauce. I know I can probably eat. I probably I don't know if I'm be able to eat oatmeal or not, but probably I don't know. I know it's going to be like a liquid diet, and I'm okay with that. So it's probably gonna have to be like probably like broth and stuff. Yeah, just a liquid diet. Boy, I was mad. I was in the hospital. They told me I was on a liquid diet. I couldn't eat anything. Man, I was pretty starving. She said the only thing I could have was crackers. And I had to basically do something where I could swallow them. Oatmeal. Yeah, I had to eat like oatmeal, grits. I couldn't eat nothing that was solid. Everything had to be either liquid form or it had to be like oatmeal form. And I had to drink behind it because if the oatmeal gets dry, it'll get stuck. So I had to always drink something hot behind it. But everything has to be soft foods. It's the only thing I can eat right now. But we shall see. Hopefully it will come out and it will get better. Because this is driving me crazy. I want it over with. I do. I want this thing out my throat. Whatever it is, I want to go away. I do. I want to go away. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is the time you'll see when who care about you and who don't. You'll see who's there for you, who supports you. You'll see all of that. But during this time, take the time to basically get prepared for what the new version of you gonna look like. So what I suggest for those of y'all who are going through things, stop looking at it as a terrible thing right now. Have faith, because right now I got faith in God. I know God got me through this journey. I mean, I know now it's time for me to, go into silence. But you know what? It's gonna be the best silence I ever had because the fact that I don't have to talk, I ain't got to do nothing except listen. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's why I know it because I can't throw up. That's how bad it is. Can't throw up. I can't swallow. It's hard to swallow. It's terrible. So they got to do something about it because it's getting worse. So they have to give me medication. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to take the medication. It might be a little bit. It may be for a while. All I know is as long as they can figure out what's going on, I'll take it. But for now, I'm gonna give my throat a break and I'm going to enjoy not talking. Oh, it's gonna be the best feeling in the world not talking unless I have to. So unless it's my mama, unless it's somebody I have to talk to, I will talk to her. But when my throat start hurting, I'm gonna tell Ma I love you, I gotta go, my throat hurt. It's like it's hurting now. So I'm not talking unless I have to. So I'm gonna be in silence, which means unless I have to say something, I'm not talking. So this is gonna be one of the most interesting journeys of silence, and I think it's for a reason too. I think it's for a reason. I think it's because God, I need to hear. I need to hear more. So the purpose of me doing this is not just for this, but also just to listen. There's a reason, cause I'm gonna have a whole lot to talk about, cause I'm gonna have a whole lot that I'm gonna be listening to. So I get to sit back and just sit and listen. I don't have to say nothing. I ain't got to respond to nothing. All I got to do is sit back and just listen. That's it. And learn. So while I'm sitting and quiet, I'll just be learning. I'll just be writing. I'll just be prepping for this new journey. So yeah, and it's okay. I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to it. I am. I am looking forward to it. So hopefully I will have this thing taken care of before I go on the cruise, because I don't want to have to do this on a cruise, because if I end up having this and I'm going on a cruise, it would be very bad. So hopefully they'll find whatever it is and they'll check my ears and check my throat, check both to make sure if they're in fact an infection in my ears that's causing this the whole entire time, I'm gonna be pissed off because they didn't give me no medication for it. Oh, doctors always intrigue me. So that being said, y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Excuse me. I'm sorry I have to do this, but I don't want to leave any of my podcasts, and I don't want to leave any of y'all on YouTube and all my other channels. But I have to. I ain't got no choice. So I'm going to go rest my throat, and I can tell this is something that God want me to do because it's starting to feel a little bit better. So I'm going to go enjoy my peace, my quiet, and my tranquility now. And I'm going to enjoy being in silence. Because I ain't saying nothing. I'm going to wake up in the morning, just say, good morning, God. Good morning, Jesus. Probably read. That's going to be it. And write. That's going to be it. So it's going to be interesting being in the world and not have a voice. Literally. I've done it before. When I was a kid, I didn't talk for 10 years, so ain't nothing new. I can handle that. But it's going to be really interesting to hear people talk around me. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be interesting not being able to have a voice, not being able to physically have a voice. I have other ways of communicating, but to not have a voice, it's going to be interesting. But I'm looking forward to it. I am. So I just want to do this so that way I can post this on all of my channels because I need to post it. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm canceling my subscriptions for right now because my throat hurts just that bad and I don't want to keep paying for something I'm not going to be using for right now. So yeah, I'll be shutting everything down for a while. Anything concerning my voice, I'm shutting it down because I have to. So sometimes you have to because I don't know where I'm going. All I know is I'm trusting God on this process. I'm trusting Jesus on this process, and that's it. I am trusting. My faith in God don't waver. So when I tell you the story of Job is real, I'm a living testament of it. The story of Job is very real. I'm experiencing it. Yeah, I'm going through it in every which way possible. I have been through the story of Job in every way you can think of. But my faith in God is not going to waver because of what I'm dealing with right now. I know God got me through it, but I know I know I got to go inside. Now, hey, let me say this. The one thing I don't like that people say all the time is when they say, no, God didn't put you through nothing. God may have pulled you through from something, but God ain't going to put you through the negative things you going through. That was your choice. We ain't doing that. The only time it's not your choice when it is a health issue, something you can't control, like COVID or the common cold. You can't stop that. I don't care how many supplements you take. You are not gonna stop a common cold. Now, it may take you longer to get sick, but that don't mean you ain't gonna get sick. That is the only thing you can't control. But when it comes to your choice, decisions, actions, don't do that. Don't do that. This ain't my fault. I have no control over this. I don't. Because I don't know why it's swelling. So I have no control over it. When it comes to people having cancer, everybody say, well, you can prevent cancer. If our food was right, maybe so. If everything was the way it's supposed to be in the United States of America, maybe so. But as messed up as the health industry is, I doubt it. Very seriously. So all I will say is sometimes God will pull you from something and put you somewhere else. But when it comes to the negative things you're going through, that's not God. That's you. That is you. Now, mind you, there are some things that are beyond your control, like a random person kidnapping somebody. That's beyond their control. But you choosing to do something negative, that's on you. That is not God. You can't ask God why you sitting in prison. You in prison because you made the wrong choice. You made a choice to do something negative. That ain't got nothing to do with God. Nope. If you made a decision to commit infidelity and lose your wife, that is not on God. That's on you. If you chose to do something that you should have been doing and now it's coming back to bite you, that is your fault. Okay? There ain't nobody's fault but yours. So you can't say that God put you through nothing. God probably told you not to and you decided to do it anyway. Just like the forbidden fruit. And majority of y'all like eating the forbidden fruit for some reason. I don't know why. But you do. I'm not eating on that tree no more. I don't want no parts of that tree because that tree is dangerous. That's the reason we're dying now because Adam and Eve ate that fruit and they should have messed with it. They should have never ate that fruit. If Adam and Eve would have never ate that fruit, we would have eternal life. But guess what? We don't. So I rebuke negativity and send it back from which came because it don't belong here. So like I said, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna stay in silent. I'm gonna have to goggle my throat. I'm gonna try that and see if that works. But Whatever it is, I just want it to go away. I do. But I'm not going to do anything negative to make that happen. So, to all these negative spirits, please don't come to me because I'm not going to do anything negative. I'm going to do everything the right way. So, again, I ain't got time for negativity at this point. I don't care in what aspect it is. I can't do nothing about this here except find out what's wrong and figure out what I can do from there. Once I have the answers, once I have the answers of what's wrong, then I can make a decision on what I want to do. Other than that, it ain't too much I can do about this until I find out. That's one thing. But when it comes to people, ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse why you doing something negative because you want to be loved by somebody. It's what y'all willing to do for these other things. This issue. It ain't about love being a terrible thing or being liked or appreciated or valued. It's about the fact of what you're willing to do for it. If you're willing to go against everything that is your morals, values, principles, and ethics, critical thinking, common sense, and common judgment, your spirituality, your standards, and what you stand for, what you believe in, weighing the pros and cons and the consequences, repercussions, and karma, then that's on you. I'm sorry, I can't. So I am getting ready to go to bed and do my prayers and get ready to take my butt to bed. But I just want to come on here and just say to y'all that I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. I don't know how long, but I'm gonna be gone for a little TT bit. But just know I love y'all. I do. I will try to get back as soon as I can, but I gotta go in silence, and there's a reason. I guess God is trying to test me. I don't know if I'm going to a test of what it is. Whatever it is, my faith in God is not going to waver because I'm going through this. I'm going to fight through it no matter what. I'm going to do everything I'm going to do everything the EMTs told me to do. The rheumatologist, whatever they tell me to do, I'm going to do. Whatever it's going to take to get this better, I'm going to do. So, with that being said, I am about to go rest my throat. I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all, how much I love y'all. I will let y'all know tomorrow when I go to the doctor what they say. More than likely, I'm going to have to get more x rays done on this side of my throat, but it is swollen and it does hurt and it's unbearable. So I'm going to go rest my throat and go in silence because as of when I get off here, I will not be speaking. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, if I got to speak, I will, but for the most part, no. Because as soon as I get off here, I got to take a Uber. As soon as I get done at 3:30, I have to go to a doctor's appointment. And they're going to have to literally look at to see how swollen it is, to see if it's a gland or see if it's my thyroid based on the test they got. Because they noticed that it was very swollen. So they may be able to give me something for it, or they're probably going to have to get in touch with an EMT and see if they can get me in as soon as possible. Or I may have to go to the emergency room so the EMT can come up there. So if I go to the emergency room, then that means they have to admit me. The EMT is going to have to come to the emergency room and they're going to have to do that test. And I might be asleep when they do it. I'll probably be knocked out. And they might do the colonoscopy at the same time, but I'm gonna be knocked out because they did the esophagus. They couldn't find anything. So that being said, I am about to go to bed. So thank y'all for joining me for this episode. If you guys like the commentary, please hit the like, subscribe, notification button. I will keep y'all informed through videos what the doctor tells me, what the next steps are gonna be, and I'm officially now in silence. So it's gonna be a very interesting new world for me. So it's gonna be very interesting being in silence. But we'll see how that goes. But I might actually document the day in the life of me being in silence. The fact that I can't talk, but just how my day goes and how I get to sit still and just listen. Oh, it's gonna be good to be able to just sit there and listen. To go outside and just hear stuff without talking. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm looking forward to being in silence. Unless I got to talk. But with that being said, I'm out of here. I love y'all. I will see y'all when everything is healed, and I'll be back in my podcast as soon as they tell me I can. So that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Without y'all, there is no me. I would be nothing without you guys. Seriously. Y'all have got me through some of the darkest times, and I am eternally grateful for that. I am. I am so grateful to my podcast because y'all been rocking with me, and y'all have been there, and y'all have supported me, and I appreciate it. For those of y'all on YouTube who have supported me, thank you. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so very much. I really do. So, with that being said, I'm going into silence now. I'm going to enjoy my throat. I just got one more place I gotta do this set, and then I'm done. So, I love y'all. I will see y'all whenever my throat is better or whatever they're gonna do. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'll keep you guys informed through the short videos of what's going on. So, with that being said, see y'all later.